Commander Alex Riley of the Earth Collective Defense Force stood before the Galactic Council, their lips pressed into a thin line as the alien representatives continued their barely contained laughter. The human delegation had just presented their newest vessel, the ECS Breakthrough, to the assembled species who controlled access to the interstellar highways. "You humans are truly entertaining," Ambassador Nixtroll of the Zenith Imperium said, his translucent appendages waving dismissively. "Your species has been spacefaring for barely 2 centuries, and you believe you've discovered dimensional technology that has eluded civilizations with millennia of scientific advancement." Dr. Olivia Martinez, the lead physicist on the Breakthrough Project, kept her composure despite the ridicule. She had spent 15 years developing the theoretical framework that allowed humans to access higher dimensional spaces, something the established galactic powers claimed was impossible. "The Council will continue to review Earth's petition for expanded territorial rights," High Counselor Vrex announced, effectively dismissing them. As they left the chamber, Lieutenant Sam Carter whispered to Alex, "They won't be laughing when they see what the Breakthrough can really do." Alex nodded grimly. The aliens didn't know that Earth scientists had made a breakthrough that would change everything. For years, humans had been given the scraps of galactic technology, treated like children who needed supervision. Back on their shuttle, Olivia reviewed the data on her tablet. Their sensors didn't detect anything. The 7th-Dimensional shielding worked perfectly. "So they have no idea what we're capable of?" Sam asked. "None," Olivia confirmed. "Their most advanced detection systems can only monitor up to the 5th dimension. We're essentially invisible to them when operating in the 7th. Alex looked out the viewport at the massive council station. The structure was built by races that had been traveling between stars when humans were still figuring out agriculture. Their arrogance was understandable, but their dismissal of human potential would soon prove to be their greatest mistake. "How soon can we demonstrate the Breakthrough's full capabilities?" Alex asked. "The final calibrations will take about 3 days," Olivia said. "Then we can show them what happens when you underestimate humanity." The shuttle docked with their transport vessel, the ECS Horizon. As they boarded, Admiral Diane Foster was waiting for them. "How did the Council respond?" she asked, though their expressions had already given her the answer. "Exactly as expected," Alex reported. Complete dismissal, followed by condescending laughter. Admiral Foster smiled slightly. "Good. The less seriously they take us, the more surprised they'll be." She led them to the secure briefing room where the rest of the Breakthrough team waited. Engineer Paul Garcia and weapons specialist Kelly Wilson stood as they entered. "The Council bought our act completely," Alex told the team. "They think we're just primitive humans playing with technology we don't understand." Paul grinned. "If they only knew what the Breakthrough can actually do." Kelly brought up the tactical display. "The Zenith Imperium has already positioned warships near our colony on Europa. They clearly expect us to back down from their show of force." "And will we back down, Commander?" Olivia asked Alex, though she already knew the answer. Alex looked at each team member, seeing the same determination reflected in their eyes. For too long, humanity had been forced to accept second-class status in the galaxy. The advanced races had deliberately kept Earth dependent on their technology and restricted from expansion. "We've played the humble newcomers for long enough," Alex said firmly. "In 3 days, we show the galaxy exactly what humanity is capable of. And I promise you, they won't be laughing anymore." Back at Luna Base, Dr. Martins led the briefing on the Breakthrough's capabilities to a select group of Earth's military and scientific leadership. The room was tense as holographic displays showed complex mathematical equations floating in the air. "Standard hyperdrive technology, as provided to us by the Galactic Council, only accesses the 4th dimension for faster-than-light travel," Olivia explained, pointing to the lower equations. "We've been deliberately given outdated technology." Admiral Diane Foster leaned forward in her chair. "And your team has gone beyond this." "Yes, Admiral. We've not only confirmed the existence of 7 accessible dimensions, but developed a way to harness the 7th dimension for both propulsion and defensive capabilities. The room fell silent as this information sank in. Humanity had been struggling for decades to compete with the advanced races of the Galactic Council. Now, they had leapfrogged ahead. Chief Engineer Paul Garcia stood up and pointed to a schematic of the breakthrough. The dimensional folding apparatus creates a bubble that extends into the 7th dimension, allowing us to essentially step outside normal space-time. From that vantage point, we can manipulate energy in ways the Council races consider impossible. And they have no idea, asked General Eric Sullivan, his weathered face showing a mix of hope and disbelief. No, replied Alex. Their detection systems only monitor up to the 5th dimension. They literally cannot see what we're doing. Kelly Wilson, the weapons specialist, brought up a new display showing test results. In our simulations, the breakthrough can disable or destroy any known Council vessel without them even knowing what hit them. We can bypass all known shield technologies because they only function in dimensions 1 through 5. Admiral Foster stood up and walked around the table slowly. This could change everything for Earth and our colonies, but it could also lead to war if we're not careful. The Council races have kept us contained for too long, Alex said firmly. They restrict our expansion while their own populations spread across hundreds of star systems. Meanwhile, Earth is overcrowded and our colonies are forced onto marginal worlds. Dr. Martinez nodded. We're not suggesting war, Admiral, but the breakthrough gives us leverage we've never had before. The Council only respects strength. The Admiral looked at each person in the room. The President has authorized a demonstration of our new capabilities, but only if provoked. We won't fire first. We won't have to wait long for provocation, said Lieutenant Sam Carter, bringing up a tactical display. Our intelligence shows the Zenith Imperium is planning something big. Their fleet movements suggest they're preparing to enforce new restrictions on human expansion. Alex's jaw tightened. They'd been the most dismissive of all Council races. Ambassador Nix Troll practically laughed in our faces yesterday. Their arrogance makes them predictable, Kelly noted. They'll likely move against one of our outer colonies to demonstrate their power and force compliance. Admiral Foster's decision was clear. The breakthrough will complete its final testing immediately. Commander Riley, you'll take command and prepare for possible deployment. If the Zenith Imperium makes an aggressive move, you are authorized to demonstrate our 7th-dimensional capabilities. Alex nodded solemnly. They won't be expecting it. To them, we're just primitive humans playing with technology beyond our understanding. That's their mistake, Olivia said quietly. Throughout human history, underestimating us has always been a critical error. As the meeting ended, Alex stayed behind with Olivia. Do you think this will lead to peace or conflict? He asked. She considered the question carefully. Neither. I think it leads to respect, and that's something humanity has never had in this galaxy. The alarm klaxons at Earth's orbital defense platform screamed as 57 Zenith Imperium warships emerged from hyperspace. Their unexpected arrival sent the human defense fleet scrambling. Emergency lights flashed throughout the station as officers rushed to battle stations. This is Ambassador Nix Troll of the Zenith Imperium. The Galactic Council has determined that humanity has violated technology-sharing protocols. Surrender your dimensional research immediately. In the command center of Luna Base, Admiral Foster's face was grim as she watched the massive alien vessels position themselves around Earth. Each Zenith ship was at least 5 times larger than the biggest human cruiser. They're here for the breakthrough, she said to her staff. The tactical display showed the Zenith ships forming a blockade pattern that cut off all standard escape routes. Alex, now captain of the experimental vessel, received the emergency transmission while the breakthrough was docked at the testing facility near Mars. Breakthrough is still in final testing, Admiral. We're not ready for combat operations. You don't have a choice, Captain. The Council has sent their enforcers to confiscate our research and likely place Earth under protective oversight. That's essentially colonization. Olivia's voice came through the comm. The 7th-Dimensional drive is stable, Alex. It will work. Then we deploy. Now. The crew of the Breakthrough rushed to their stations. Chief Engineer Garcia ran final diagnostics on the dimensional folding apparatus, while Kelly Wilson prepared the defensive systems. Sam Carter plotted the fastest course to Earth. All stations report ready, Captain, Sam announced as Alex settled into the command chair. Power up the 7th-Dimensional drive, but keep it in standby mode. We don't want to reveal our capabilities until absolutely necessary. The Breakthrough undocked from the Mars facility and accelerated toward Earth using conventional engines. To any observer, it would appear to be just another human vessel, perhaps slightly unusual in design, but nothing revolutionary. We're being hailed by the Zenith flagship, Sam reported. On screen, Alex ordered. Ambassador Nick Strahl's face appeared, his translucent skin showing the pulsing colors of smug satisfaction. Captain Riley, your timing is convenient. Your vessel is of particular interest to the Council. We're aware of your interest, Ambassador. We're also aware that you've entered Earth space without permission and with a clear military presence. That constitutes an act of aggression. Nick Strahl's skin flashed with colors that indicated amusement. Aggression. We're here to help humanity. Your scientists have clearly stumbled onto technology you don't fully understand. For safety reasons, we must confiscate it. And if we refuse, Alex asked, already knowing the answer, then we will be forced to take more direct action. Your defensive capabilities are inadequate. The ambassador gestured around him at the advanced command center of his flagship. We hoped you would be reasonable, but I see you maintain your species' unfortunate stubbornness. 3 Zenith warships broke formation and moved toward the Breakthrough, charging their weapon systems. They're powering up tractor beams and ion cannons, Kelly reported. Hold position, Alex ordered. Let them make the first move. The lead Zenith ship fired a warning shot that passed just in front of the Breakthrough's bow. Captain, they're locking weapons directly on us now, Sam warned. Alex looked at Olivia, who nodded confidently. All personnel secure for dimensional transition. Alex announced, Mr. Garcia, activate the 7th-Dimensional fold. Engineer Garcia's fingers danced across his console. Dimensional bubble forming. Stable. We're accessing the 7th plane. From the perspective of the Zenith ships, the small human vessel simply vanished from existence. Where did they go? Nick Strahl demanded of his sensors officer. The Zenith crew frantically scanned all known dimensions, unaware that their prey now existed in a plane they couldn't even detect. The ECS Breakthrough emerged from Luna's shadow, its sleek hull unlike any human vessel previously shown to the galactic community. Compared to the massive Zenith warships, it appeared almost laughably small. The human ship was barely 1/10 the size of the smallest Zenith vessel, making the aliens even more confident in their superiority. Human vessel, power down and prepare to be boarded. Came the command from the Zenith flagship. The alien voice sounded both bored and annoyed, as if dealing with troublesome children. Alex opened a channel to all Zenith ships. This is Captain Alex Riley of the Earth Collective Ship Breakthrough. You are in violation of Earth sovereign space. Withdraw immediately. The response was predictable laughter, audible even through the translator matrix. Several Zenith officers could be seen on the view screen, their skin colors shifting to patterns that indicated amusement. Your bravery is admirable but misplaced, Captain, Ambassador Nick Strahl replied. Your vessel is surrounded by the most advanced fleet in the galaxy. Resistance is both futile and, frankly, ridiculous. Alex looked around at his crew. Each face showed determination and focus. This was the moment they had prepared for. Initiate 7th-Dimensional fold, Alex ordered quietly. Engineer Garcia's fingers danced across his console. Dimensional bubble forming. Stable. We're accessing the 7th plane. The bridge of the breakthrough seemed to shimmer slightly as the dimensional shift occurred. Through the viewports, the crew could still see the Zenith ships, but they appeared strangely transparent, as if not fully real. Full 7th-dimensional perception enabled, Olivia reported, her voice filled with wonder despite having seen this effect in testing. We're completely outside their detection range. To the Zenith observers, the breakthrough simply vanished. Where did they go? Next, Troll demanded of his sensors officer. The ambassador's skin changed to a dark purple, indicating alarm. Unknown. Ambassador. They're not appearing on any scanners. No warp signature detected. No dimensional shift registered in known accessible dimensions. Find them. Nix, Troll ordered. They must be using some form of cloaking technology. But the humans weren't hiding. They were operating in a dimension the Zenith couldn't perceive. We have full tactical advantage, Kelly reported on the breakthrough. I can see their power systems, their shield generators, everything. Alex studied the tactical display. From their 7th-dimensional vantage point, the Zenith ships appeared like complex crystalline structures, with energy flowing through them in patterns that revealed every vulnerability. Let's show them what we can do, Alex said. Prepare positional shift. Coordinates locked, Sam confirmed. Ready on your command. Execute. The breakthrough moved through 7th-dimensional space, a realm where the normal rules of physics didn't apply. Distance worked differently here. Position was relative in ways three-dimensional beings couldn't comprehend. When the breakthrough dropped back into normal space, it appeared simultaneously beside 5 different Zenith vessels. Not copies, somehow the single human ship existed in multiple locations at once, a feat that violated every known law of physics according to Galactic Council science. That's impossible, whispered someone on the Zenith command deck. The alien officers stared at their displays in confusion and growing fear. Nick's Troll's skin had turned an ashy white, the color of extreme shock in his species. What trickery is this? On the breakthrough, Olivia monitored the ship's 7th-dimensional field. The effect is stable, Captain. We can maintain multiple position states for approximately 3 minutes before power drain becomes critical. Alex nodded. More than enough time. Kelly, prepare to demonstrate our defensive capabilities. Target systems locked, she replied. Ready to disable on your command. Alex opened a channel to the Zenith flagship. Ambassador, I believe you were saying something about how resistance would be futile. From within the 7th-dimensional bubble, Alex could see the Zenith ships in a way no three-dimensional being could comprehend. Their vessels, powerful in conventional space, appeared strangely vulnerable from this perspective. The Zenith warships seemed like complex glass sculptures, with energy flowing through them in glowing rivers. We can see their power conduits across all dimensional planes, Olivia reported, her voice filled with the awe of scientific discovery. Their shields only function in dimensions 1 through 5. On the main display, the Zenith fleet's internal systems were completely exposed to them. What had seemed like impenetrable warships now looked fragile and primitive. Target their propulsion nodes, Alex ordered. Minimal force. This is a demonstration, not an extermination. Kelly nodded and began the targeting sequence. 7th-dimensional energy projectors ready. I can disable their ships without causing any casualties. Proceed. The breakthrough extended energy tendrils through 7th-dimensional space, bypassing the Zenith shields entirely. These energy streams were invisible in normal space. The Zenith crews would have no idea what was happening until it was too late. With surgical precision, they severed the connections between the Zenith ship's power cores and their engines. To the breakthrough crew, it looked like they were simply pinching off the glowing rivers of energy that flowed through the alien vessels. One by one, 57 of the most advanced warships in the Galactic Council's fleet went dark, drifting powerless in Earth orbit. Emergency lights flickered on across the massive vessels as backup systems struggled to come online. All targets neutralized, Kelly reported. Their weapons, shields, and propulsion are offline. Life support and gravity systems are unaffected. On the Zenith flagship, chaos erupted. Officers rushed between stations, trying desperately to restore power. Ambassador Nick's Troll's skin had turned completely white with shock and fear. "What have they done?" he demanded. "How is this possible?" His chief engineer could only shake his head in confusion. "The power linkages have been severed somehow." But there was no energy weapon fired. Nothing penetrated our shields. It's as if the connections simply ceased to exist. "Transmit on all frequencies," Alex commanded. "Ambassador Nick's Troll, we could have destroyed your fleet. Instead, we've temporarily disabled it. Consider this a demonstration of humanity's advancement beyond your dimensional understanding." The breakthrough shifted back fully into normal space, now positioned directly in front of the Zenith flagship. On the view screen, Ambassador Nick's Troll stared at Alex with a mixture of fear and dawning respect. "Your ships will regain emergency power in approximately 1 hour," Alex continued. "That should give you enough time to contemplate your position. The Earth Collective requests an emergency session of the Galactic Council. We wish to renegotiate our status." For several seconds, Nick's Troll didn't respond. Then, slowly, the color began to return to his translucent skin. "You've made your point, Captain Riley," he said finally. "The Council will convene within 3 days. I must admit I underestimated your species." "A common mistake," Alex replied. "But not one you'll make again, I trust." The transmission ended, and Alex turned to his crew. Their faces showed a mixture of pride, relief, and amazement at what they had just accomplished. "Power levels returning to normal," Garcia reported. "The 7th-Dimensional bubble performed even better than our simulations predicted." "And the Zenith fleet?" Alex asked. "Completely neutralized," Sam confirmed. "They're starting to deploy solar collectors to gather emergency power, but their main systems will be offline for days." Olivia looked up from her station, smiling slightly. "I don't think they'll be laughing at us anymore, Captain." Alex nodded. "Mission accomplished. Set course for Luna Base. Admiral Foster will want a full report before the Council meeting." As the breakthrough moved away from Earth orbit, the once mighty Zenith fleet drifted helplessly behind them, a powerful symbol of humanity's new place in the galactic order. The emergency session of the Galactic Council was notably different from their previous meeting. Gone was the condescension and barely hidden amusement at the primitive humans. Now, representatives from 37 spacefaring civilizations sat in stunned silence as Dr. Martinez explained the basics of 7th-dimensional theory. The Grand Chamber, usually filled with whispered conversations and political maneuvering, was completely silent. Even the most ancient and advanced species watched with rapt attention as Olivia's holographic displays showed simplified models of dimensional folding. "We didn't develop this technology to threaten the Council," she concluded, looking around at the alien faces. "We developed it because you left us no choice." Earth was given the bare minimum of technological assistance while being restricted from expanding to resource-rich systems we need for our growing population. Alex stood beside her, noting how different the Council members' body language was now. Species that had previously shown only contempt now displayed signs of respect, or even fear. High Counselor Vrex, whose species had ruled the Council for millennia, finally spoke. His large insectoid body shifted uncomfortably as his mandibles clicked. "How many of these vessels do you possess?" Alex stepped forward. "That information is classified. But I can tell you that the breakthrough was our prototype. Our production models have even greater capabilities." This was a calculated bluff. The breakthrough remained humanity's only 7th-dimensional vessel. But the Council couldn't know that, and the demonstration had been convincing enough that no one questioned Alex's claim. Ambassador Nick's Troll, still shaken from his encounter with the breakthrough, addressed the Council. "I can confirm that the human vessel bypassed our most advanced defenses as if they didn't exist. They disabled 57 warships without firing a single conventional weapon." Murmurs spread through the chamber as the implications sank in. For centuries, the balance of power in the galaxy had remained stable, with the oldest races maintaining control. Now, a young species had suddenly developed technology that made the most powerful fleets obsolete. The Council recognizes Earth's petition for expanded territorial rights, Vrex announced, mandibles clicking nervously. Furthermore, we propose a technological exchange program between humanity and Council races. Alex and Olivia exchanged glances. This was more than they had hoped for. We accept the Council's proposal, Alex replied. Earth is prepared to share certain aspects of our dimensional research in exchange for full membership status and the lifting of all expansion restrictions. The representatives from the Archivists, one of the oldest races, moved forward. Their crystalline bodies glimmered under the chamber lights. We are particularly interested in your understanding of the 7th dimension. Our scientists have theorized its existence but never achieved access. We look forward to collaborative research, Olivia said diplomatically. As the formal proceedings continued, Alex stepped aside with Admiral Foster, who had accompanied them to the council session. They're afraid of us now, the Admiral observed quietly. Fear isn't what we wanted, Alex replied. But respect was never going to come without showing our strength first. The President has authorized construction of 3 more 7th-dimensional vessels, Foster informed him. The technology is too powerful to reside in just one ship. Alex nodded. And the research into the 8th dimension. Dr. Martinez's team will begin as soon as we return to Earth. The preliminary models suggest it might allow for even more remarkable capabilities. The council session concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Sol, recognizing Earth as a full council member with all associated rights and privileges. As Alex and the human delegation prepared to leave, Ambassador Nix Troll approached them. Captain Riley, he said, his skin now a humble shade of blue, I must apologize for my previous misconceptions about your species. No apology needed, Ambassador, Alex replied. We all learned something valuable today about making assumptions. Indeed, Nix Troll agreed. The galaxy will be watching humanity's rise with great interest. 5 years after the Zenith incident, humanity had transformed its position in galactic society. The Earth Collective now controlled 17 star systems, with colonies thriving on formerly restricted worlds. Ships bearing the Earth flag traveled freely through space, respected by all who encountered them. On the observation deck of the newly commissioned ECS Pioneer Alex, now Admiral Riley, stood with Olivia watching the dimensional fold exercises of Earth's growing fleet. Through the massive viewport, they could see 4 7th-dimensional vessels performing synchronized maneuvers that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. Did you ever imagine this when you were working on your equations in that basement lab at MIT? Alex asked. Olivia smiled. I hoped to advance human understanding. I never expected to rewrite the power balance of the galaxy. The ships outside disappeared briefly, then reappeared in perfect formation on the opposite side of the test range. Even after seeing it hundreds of times, the sight still filled Alex with wonder. The council races are still trying to replicate our 7th-dimensional technology, he noted. They're getting closer. The archivists have already achieved 6th-dimensional access. It's only a matter of time. Alex nodded thoughtfully. And by then? By then, Olivia said, her eyes twinkling with the excitement of discovery, we'll have begun our experiments with the 8th dimension. Our equations suggest it's not just a theoretical construct. It's accessible with the right approach. Below them, 5 human vessels performed a perfectly synchronized dimensional shift, appearing and disappearing across normal space in a dance that would have been deemed impossible just years before. No one's laughing at humanity now, Alex observed. No, agreed Olivia. Now they're watching and learning, as we are. The universe is bigger and stranger than any of us imagined. Sam Carter, now a captain with his own command, joined them on the observation deck. The new recruits are performing well, he reported. Dimensional navigation skills are becoming second nature to them. Hard to believe we once thought faster-than-light travel was impressive, Alex said. Now we're teaching cadets to step outside of space-time itself. The three of them watched as the exercise concluded. The Earth ships lined up and performed one final maneuver, existing in multiple locations simultaneously before returning to normal space. The Galactic Council meeting is scheduled for next week, Sam reminded them. They want to discuss the discovery of the new species in the Andromeda sector. Alex nodded. I'll be representing Earth. Their first contact with an advanced civilization should be handled carefully. They remind me of us. A few years ago, Olivia said, eager, inventive, but held back by limited technology. And what will we do? Sam asked. The old council would have restricted them, kept them dependent. Alex's answer was immediate. We'll share what we know, guide them. The galaxy is big enough for all of us to grow and explore. A message came through on Alex's communicator. Admiral, the 8th-Dimensional test chamber is ready for the initial experiment. Alex looked at Olivia. Are you ready to make history again, Doctor? She smiled. Always. As they left the observation deck, they paused for one last look at the fleet. The Earth ships completed their maneuvers and prepared to return to normal space, pioneers of a humanity that had found its place among the stars not through conquest, but through understanding the very fabric of reality in ways their galactic neighbors had never thought possible. What do you think we'll find in the 8th dimension? Sam asked. I don't know, Olivia replied honestly. But that's what makes it worth exploring. There's always another horizon, another boundary to cross. The Earth Collective's motto, displayed on every ship, summed up humanity's new philosophy. Beyond limits, toward understanding. It was a promise to themselves and to the galaxy that they would never stop learning, never stop growing, and never again allow anyone to limit their potential.